Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to present about ZARA supply chain. My name is Chai Tae. Firstly, I want to mention some background information of ZARA. ZARA is the world's largest clothing retailer, founded in 1975 in Spain by Emancipo Ortega Gaona. ZARA is the first brand of Index Group, which has grown to $18 billion next year in 2014, according to their annual report. It is mainly successful because of its unique supply chain management, which helped to gain competitive advantages over its rivals. In addition, according to Harvard Business Journal, ZARA used just-in-time focus in order to reduce the cost of storing because it gives the right time information of customer preference, which help to supply goods on time while there is a fluctuations of demand. Let's move to the next slide. The next slide is about business and supply chain model. Regarding to fast fashion, ZARA is able to produce and deliver new product within 2 weeks, which enables ZARA to gain shorter lead times of 15 days and thus beats the industry average of about 6 months significantly. Because of its quick new product introduction cycle, ZARA can take advantage of customer interest in their new products and style. ZARA also uses vertical integration supply chain, which is a significant business model of ZARA, allowing the company to successfully develop a strong retailing strategy. This strategy has led ZARA to create a high mix of scarcity and opportunity as well as fast fashion system. ZARA manufactures 60% of its own product by owning its house production. ZARA is able to be flexible in the variety, amount, and frequency of the new style they produce. The last point, which is about centralized manufacturing and distribution. ZARA keeps most of the manufacturing for their fashion item in-house and only outsources manufacturing for basic item, which allows ZARA for very short communication ways and thus a shorter lead time. Even if the production of the item was outsourced, it always shipped to Spain before it is distributed to specific store. This allows ZARA to centrally allocate product to store based on sales data receipt. Having all items delivered from one place also reduces the complexities of logistics and result in very short delivery times of 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'm going to pass on the next speaker, San Ye.
Thank you, Shai. Here now on the slide, I'm going to talk about the critical role of technology to ZARA supply chain. First of all, according to Bloomberg, ZARA tends to integrate the capital-intensive approach to its supply chain management. For instance, close to 2015 stated that ZARA store employees utilize portable electronic tablets to provide real-time feedback regarding with store demand and consumer preferences to their designer team in Arteixo in Spain, which is one of the main distribution center. This allows ZARA to obtain consistent exchange of information throughout every layers of supply chain. That means there is effective interactions from customers to store managers, from store managers to market specialists and designers, and from designer to production staff and so on. According to this diagram on the left, you could see it. Secondly, Stephanie Baker pointed out that most of the companies, especially competitors of ZARA, such as H&M and Gap, tend to insert the layers of bureaucracy, which could delay the effectiveness of information sharing between departments. However, though, ZARA's organizations and operational procedures, performance measures are all designed, to facilitate the flow of information data effectively via decentralization. So subsequently, having the real-time consumer data and effective sharing information system enables ZARA to mitigate the so-called bullwhip effect, which is the tendency of supply chain that amplifies small disturbances when the information is passed on not effectively through the supply chain. Now, from my critique, this is a critical factor that ZARA should be aware of, as any small changes in retail orders can result a wider fluctuation in factory orders after it has been transmitted through wholesalers and distributors, as shown on the diagram on the right-hand side. Yep. So all in all, the integration of technology can help ZARA to eliminate the main cause of bullwhip effect, such as delivery delays, order batching, and lack of demand visibility, and so on. Hence, ZARA could avoid costly overproduction and subsequent sales. Now, I'd like to pass on to the next speaker, Han.
Thanks, Alistair. Now I'm going to talk about ZARA's Cube, which is situated in Spain. Its primary function is to manage all manufacturing processes, and it is directly linked to the supply chain. There are currently 11 ZARA-owned factories that are connected to the tube by underground tunnels with fully automated high-speed monorails about 200 kilometers long for transporting cut fabric from clothing factories, bulk fabric orders from raw material suppliers. Centralized decision-making within the Cube is made possible as it is co-located with business operations such as centralized designing, manufacturing, and distribution processes, therefore enabling raw material suppliers, fashion designers, store managers, and clothing factories to cooperate working together simultaneously with seamlessly integrated processes in the supply chain. Furthermore, stores are directly linked backwards to internally controlled production and fulfillment systems, meaning data of demand flows directly to the supply chain in an unobstructed manner. As a result, decisions can flow through the chain quickly, allowing ZARA to respond quickly to global, demanding fast-changing fashion trends and inventory levels. For suppliers, ZARA buy large quantities of only a few types of fabrics, just 4 of 5 types, but they can change annually. This way, fabric manufacturers can make quick deliveries of bulk quantities of fabric directly to the Cube. The company purchases new raw materials or fabrics from suppliers from Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Greece, and those suppliers deliver within 5 days of orders being placed. All raw materials pass through the Cube, and all finished goods also pass through on their way to the stores. With fewer locations needing deliveries of materials, the cost of planning and managing income materials would decrease. As for the local suppliers, in an ethical sense, to mitigate reputational risks associated with working conditions of factories in different countries, ZARA competes its competitors on flexibility and agility instead of low cost and cheap labor. Companies with a centralized logistics structure have a lower value of sales order line items that are unfulfilled due to stockouts or production capacity as a percentage of revenue than those with a decentralized logistics structure. Collectively, the lower cost to plan and manage inbound material flow, lower inventory value, and lower percentage of stockouts are achieved via centralized logistics structures, indicate that these structures facilitate better logistic planning and management. If better management of inventory or inbound materials is a priority, then a centralized logistics structure may be the best choice. Currently, according to Cynthia Curran-Swank from Harvard Business Review, ZARA utilizes one-piece flow or lean service machine method, which reduces all types of wasteful activities. It enables businesses like ZARA's to be agile and respond to customer demand more quickly and efficiently. For example, approximately 8 hours after a store manager places an order based on customer demand, items are then picked, packed, and ready to leave its distribution center in northwest Spain. Normally, the orders are made twice a week. Finally, for online selling, currently ZARA's online sales are very limited as statistically there are a high return rate on the apparel items sold online. Hence, it is beneficial for ZARA as it can reduce the cost for processes associated with reverse logistics, lowering the return rate. Now, I'll pass my time to Costa.
Hi everyone, and let's finish with the issues that ZARA's supply chain potentially has. First of all, online presence. Online sales are now going to be an inevitable direction where businesses are going to develop to. First of all, it's due to the fact that the average spend per customer online is higher than in traditional fashion retail stores. And so online selling will require additional layer of logistics and more cost to retail and to the consumer, which are definitely not desirable. And so as an option, ZARA can set up online order pickups or returns of purchases, which can be done through their already existing physical retail stores. And this, as an advantage, will not require extra investment in logistics and smoothly fit into their current distribution model. Secondly, let's talk about distribution costs. As ZARA utilizes centralized distribution model, there are three major costs it entails. First of all, batch sizes. ZARA delivers small batch sizes on a regular basis, which is twice per week, and this significantly raises their ordering costs. Locations. By having the only one distribution center to deliver from to large distances and to different locations, ZARA increases the delivery cost as well. And the time of distribution. As lots arrive within 40 hours from the order time, it requires faster means of shipping or transportation, and so results in higher logistic costs as well. However, it seems that the costs are not so high as centralized manufacture and distribution enable to cut the cost of inbound logistics, inventory holding, and the costs that are associated with dead stock. As an average, ZARA outperforms all competitors regarding the amount of unsold stock. And let's talk about risk management. Centralized distribution model, as we already said, has been widely used by ZARA and was integrated into its own logistics operations and functions. Theoretically, by having fewer warehouses and production facilities, ZARA can increase the possibility of its supply chain interruption if one or more warehouses become unavailable due to natural disaster or other unforeseen circumstances. And so ZARA has to invest in scenario planning to mitigate potential risks that their distribution and manufacturing models have. Thank you very much.